Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are interested in supporting this community. If you're interested in supporting us just a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. And if you're interested in joining our campaign, we do have open slots available in many of them throughout the week. So if you are interested, join our Patreon listed down in the description below. Alrighty, Lily, tell us what happened last week.
Oh shit, yeah, I did roll the lowest.
Mhm.
Okay, last week on cross-country tour of the circus, um, we attended the main event that we were invited to, and that was being really hyped up. However, during said event, after a couple really neat tricks and bubbles, the I can't remember who the proprietor was, but I think like not Rain, Gash, Kalik, Wandrich. I think it was Casper or Wandrich. Uh, who is the head of the circus, discreetly in thieves'
Wandrich.
cant, told us that there was an infiltrator, and that he needed assistance for it. And after playing off a cool mat card trick and sending discreetly sending the crowd away, he offered 300 gold pieces for the task to be done and to find this infiltrator and missing individual who went to the Hall of Illusions. We make it to the Hall of Illusions and we see that some blood that gets quickly cleaned up by not Tolsha. But when she does take a sample of it, she finds out that the person who left it is in the Hall of Illusions, but in dire straits. And once we actually enter the building, we find that we are confronted by a maze, some writing on the wall that spells liar, and a crazy sounding voice that says one of the doors will lead to this person's death or life. Um, Through a series of individual traps, challenges, and obstacles, um, resulting in a lot of us getting hurt pretty decently. We all managed to reunite after Miriam decided to do the classic wizard move of unlocking a door, the spell that opens any doors, even if it's a wall, which would be normally be fireball, but it's the better one. Not magic mirror missile. Meteors. I can't remember the name.
Go.
Um,
Meteors.
yeah, pocket meteors. um,
Elf's minute meteors.
Melf's minute meteors.
Minute.
And I say it minute.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's just keep going. It's
Uh,
we can get through the recap in less than 30 minutes, I promise.
during which the party reunites, catches up on what occurred, get mad at Kurt for remembering he has a Marauders map, and we've finally tracked the voice down as well as the missing individual who identifies himself as the Mimic King. And also the guy was an Imperial Scout captain.
So, you see the Mimic King parading and dancing across this lavish stage, holding up the barely still standing, bloodied and bruised Imperial Scout captain you all came across but a day ago, or actually earlier this day. As you all are approaching, he looks at the captain. Now, don't you mind just taking care of yourself for a moment? Spins him away, and the captain just keeps spinning and dancing against his will as the Mimic King steps up. All of you, please come approach me.
I'll move forward.
Lily
Now,
turns back a
don't
bit,
be
pushes
shy.
Boney to the front.
We do not negotiate with terrorists, guys. Keep this in mind.
Should be a bit more skeptical.
You wouldn't mind letting our friend go there, would you?
What's this thing? very condescending, very annoying as well. But I believe I could let it go. But first, you all have to do something for me.
And what would that be?
You bring the one who is the liar before me. I do not like my title being challenged.
And who is the liar?
I do not know. But someone here has declared they are the king of tricks. And that's just not right.
Right. Bernie looks around at everyone, gives his brother also a little bit longer of an eye.
But it's not me. I wouldn't declare myself king of tricks. Like, my tricks are very different than this guy. This guy's just straight up fake. Everything he touches is fake.
Yes.
So, if I have an understanding of this, you're mad that someone else is saying they're a king of tricks or something and pranks or whatever. And then you take this person who has probably nothing to do with it other than he's just kind of an asshole, I assume. And you're trying to get us to help with that now? To bring him or her here?
That just about sums it all up, yes.
Oh, okay.
Why are you like that?
Excuse me.
I said, why are you like that? It doesn't make any sense.
What? I am the Mimi King. The one who is the king of tricks. The one who brought pranks to this world. And someone is disrespecting my title.
So you invented pranks, is that it?
I brought them here.
Hey, Bernie, I think you got a prank for him. How about you whip out that sword?
That's sort of more of a practical joke.
And as for this little thing, he sticks his middle finger on top of the head and the captain just starts spinning like a ballerina underneath it. This thing right here approached me and tried disrespecting me.
I mean, once
This is his
you
punishment.
once you find this person, what do you intend to do with them?
Simple. I'm going to challenge them for my title.
Like a joke off or something?
That's not far off at all.
I mean, if someone here, it's probably Lily.
He rotates his head over towards you. Come now, little dragon. Approach if you think you can challenge me.
Sorry, just okay. So I keep. All right.
Joke off, yeah. I got it.
Yeah, I know.
I hear it. Yeah, it's there. It was.
There was so much I could do with that. I'm just trying not to. I'll joke off with you until one of us is no longer standing. Some shit.
You're all gonna die down here. That's
Probably.
King.
But yeah,
is
no.
All right.
Yes,
Go
Bernie.
ahead. I was just looking at the Mimic King. Well, do you have any sort of proof that that's your actual title? I mean, we only have your claim, and we've never even seen you before. And if you're saying you're the king of pranks and practical jokes, then this whole thing might be a prank or a practical joke. And you might not even
It
be the.
might be.
So, I mean, I'm fairly. I don't really mind whether you call yourself the king of pranks. But why don't you just let that person over there go, and we'll leave you all alone.
You seem really interested in this one. And he grabs the hand and spins and dips them down in a very deep, very good form of dancing. Why do you care for it so much?
I don't really. I mean, I don't see why you've stabbed this person. They don't seem to be a very. Well, they don't seem very healthy at the moment.
Suppose they can't keep up with me. But no, I think I'll keep this one here for a little bit longer. You see, eventually, after dancing the day away, one portion of the individual usually breaks.
I do have to
Guys.
say, if you didn't claim the title of King of Pranks and Practical Jokes, you could definitely claim the title of King of Dance with moves like that.
As we're really gonna sit here
Thank you.
while he holds somebody hostage that is obviously in pain? Are we really gonna sit here and listen to this guy's demands?
I mean, listening to demands and talking, it seems like something you'd be usually for, Kurt.
I'm usually for talking until somebody's held at ransom and obviously injured and has been bleeding and is probably gonna die if we don't do something.
Then do something.
Give her back.
You're welcome. Oh. No.
Okay. Didn't work. Talking's failed.
So mimicking.
Yes.
You want to have a joke off with someone, right? A prank war?
A prank war. I don't want to do this, but it seems your land has forgotten its royalty. And I, for one, do not like that disrespect. I need to find the one who has tried to steal my title.
This would be another Fae of some type, I assume.
I do not know.
Right.
They were not one of my ilk. Though they could have been of many other varieties.
Well, from the looks of it, it looks like you don't even know what the punchline of the joke is, and it seems, if anything, you're the butt of it.
You are correct. So you understand my predicament, then. As one prankster to another, it is not fun being the butt of a joke. It's demoralizing. It's demeaning. I need to find them.
I do have to say, through my entire life, I've heard many people refer to themselves as the King of Pranks. I actually didn't know it was an actual real royalty title.
Of course. You all are so uneducated. Honestly.
Exactly. I bet they don't even know the prankster's code.
Prankster's code. Sounds adorable.
Are you saying that you, the mimicking king of jokes, king of pranks, don't know the prankster's code either?
There is no code when it comes to tricks. That sounds like a social construct if I've ever heard.
Well, if I ever were to encounter a mimic king, I wouldn't expect them to be that much of a joke. Huh. You get it?
No.
And here I thought you'd be
Ah.
well versed in that kind of humor.
I
Joey,
am. So, yeah.
Based off the like what he said so far and like how he's acting, can Lily make an insight check to kind of figure out maybe with what we've seen so far, with who we've met at the circus, who he might be referring to as his rival king person?
Sure. Roll an insight check.
Off to a great start.
I mean, at this circus, there's a lot of tricky people, but you've heard nobody declare king of that or anything so forward and ostentatious. Trust me, there's plenty of ostentatious people here, but none seem to be doing that. It is quite simple, really. You either help me find this individual, and I'll release my little partner here. Allow them to roam about wherever they please, or you're not going to help me. In which case, well, the more people go missing, the more I have to inquire, right?
So why about the maze? Wouldn't it just be easier for you to be at the entrance of it so you could tell this and be like, oh, the ones you're looking for are behind one of these doors? It just doesn't seem like a very put together joke.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, I mean, if you can't even see the fun in that, then I don't even know if you deserve that title you have.
You're trying to coax me, and yet you are an imbecile. It won't work. The fun was watching you all trying to come here. Watching all of you trying to get to me, fumble around and, well, get creative. That was fun.
And who entertained you the most then?
He looks over at John. That's one. So practical. And yet your mind was so elusive. Very curious.
You're welcome. Counter offer, since you've proven yourself fully capable of taking captives, why not just release the one you had there? We'll be in your debt, find this king for you. Should we, not come to that arrangement, you're obviously more than capable of taking other hostages. This would be a show of good faith, as it were.
Roll me persuasion.
I don't persuade people.
7. There's no pizzazz, no finesse. I don't much like that plan.
No, it's rather direct. But I mean, I don't think the alternative, he says, looking around at everybody moving around the room, is going to be something that you'll enjoy.
He looks and smiles. Could be interesting. I like interesting.
I don't like your interesting.
I'll tell you what. I have a proposal. A battle between all of you and, well, me and my own.
Well, if it is a rap battle, a poem battle that you're looking for, you better beware of Kurt.
No. He waves his hand, and you watch as from the bushes, 3 daggers sink, 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 over towards his hand and just float there as he's waving his fingers. I was thinking bloodbath. If you all can best me, then I will allow you to find the one who declares themselves King of Tricks without owning that title. And deliver them unto me. And if you lose, he throws the 3 daggers and they all combine into one very ostentatious, odd, colorful, vibrant blade. You lose.
You said you're after the King of Tricks, right? This person that's claiming to have your title, and you give up the hostage if they come forward.
I will.
It's me. I'm the King of Pranks. I'm sorry. Give up the hostage. I'll walk over there right now.
He turns and looks over at you. What makes you think you are the King of Pranks?
Look below. Look under you. Look right at your feet.
Oh,
He looks down.
Gotcha.
As he's looking there too, Lily pulls out a laser pointer, the laser pointer from way back when, and starts like.
No, you
pointing it
don't
at him.
actually. You reach for it and it's gone.
Motherfucker.
Kurt, I
Intimidate.
need you to roll me an intimidation with that roll.
That's intimidation? Okay, I'm using my game
is.
advantage.
All
Thought
right.
that would have been persuasion for sure. 16. I guess it's not that great, but then again, like that was better than getting a 1 on intimidation.
That is annoying.
Well, I'm the King of Pranks, unfortunately. You said you wanted the guy. Let her go. I'll go up there with you. Let's do this.
And to be fair,
Sure.
pranks are usually annoying for the ones getting pranked.
I will let it go. He gestures
asshole
at
for
the
that one.
captain. And the captain collapses to the floor, breathing heavily. Ow! Ow!
Use cure wounds on the captain.
You step over to the captain, and the Mimic King places a hand on your shoulder. Then you accept my challenge.
I guess I have to. I'm using cure wounds at 3rd level on the captain.
You all see as he's looking down that he flips the dagger upwards and is getting ready to stab towards Kurt. I would like all of you to roll me initiative, please.
Do you want me to move back at all, Joey? I was kind of moving up during the monologue thing to help the gap.
Just move back.
I can move back a little, sorry.
Yeah, right there's fine.
Okay.
Why did you have to roll
All right,
so damn
everybody.
high? Oh, damn.
Kurt, your dexterity is lower than his.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But at 20.
Your dexterity is lower than his. Everybody's is. The Mimic King looks down at you as you are casting Cure Wounds. Your Cure Wounds goes off, and it fully restores this scout captain up to his maximum health. And as you are casting this spell, you watch as a dagger sinks past you, and he plunges it down into the captain's heart. Dead. That was his first attack. He will spin around quickly, look at everybody else in the room. Allow the game to begin. Let's decide who's going to live and who's going to die. He's going to sidestep, scoot over towards you, Lily, and go to stab you with the dagger.
Holy
29 to hit.
moly. That
As the dagger goes slicing down towards you, it stabs barely into you, and you take 8 points of piercing damage. Yeah. You look a little worse for wear. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
11 is a failure. Lily disappears. We are going to mark the king as red. And what about another one? He flips the dagger in the air and throws it out towards you, Tolsha.
23 hits.
23 to hit. Another 8 piercing and charisma save.
Is this magic?
It is.
So advantage.
So only 8 points of piercing damage. The damage is pretty low. 19, you are successful. You feel some type of tingle across your skin, but you manage to just suppress whatever was happening to you in that instance. Oh, that one's interesting. That is the end of his turn. Kurt.
Gonna die painfully.
Oh, now you've made a terrible mistake. Kurt's gonna turn, seeing dead person, and immediately say, "Kill him, Bernie." I'm using my bonus action, Bardic Inspiration, on Birdie, and then I'm casting Silence on top of him.
Over top of the Mimicking.
Yeah.
All right, draw your radius so we know who cannot cast spells inside of there.
20-foot radius, right on top.
everyone.
Well, he
Pretty
can't.
much, yeah.
20 feet's right there. Draw a square. Where's the drawing tool? Draw a sheet. 20 foot.
Lily, keep in mind you have full control over Mirian in this instance in case there's anything that you wish to try to do, okay?
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Just making sure. Because he has reactions to different things.
Although the way he does the spell slots throws me off.
Try to figure it
Silence.
out if you can. So no sound is inside of this entire area.
And Kurt's gonna take a step to here. Keep them.
All
Well,
right,
they
Bernie.
can't hear me.
I'm marking you with the yellow so you can visibly see you have inspiration, okay?
Yep. Okay.
All right. Marion.
Right. Marion is not happy that his sister just, disappeared because of after getting stabbed. So it's just Lily, and he'll cast. He's gonna attempt to hold person on this guy, because he's just outside the silence.
And he doesn't have to hear you to be able to be under the effects.
Yep.
So hold person is a wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
Oh, he's not the best at this. 17.
But that would be enough to beat it.
He looks over. All
Yeah,
done?
Marion also I think it's bonus action to control the skeleton man there.
Issue a command, it will follow through with that command. It has to be like a verbal issue command, it follows through.
Get him.
Alrighty, and the skeleton goes immediately after Miriam, so have it go.
I can't control the skeleton.
Ah, fuck. What's it labeled as?
I don't know. It's not on my thing to control.
Undead Thrall. All right,
There we
now you
go.
can.
Yeah,
NPC
goes-
NPCs is the character sheet
Oh man, so many
because
things.
it has adjusted stats. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see, 19. Oh, that's not bad at AC actually. How much is movement? 30 feet. Okay, yeah, it's just gonna go straight to mimicking and attempt a attack with it. I guess it's short sword.
Go for it. The Mimicking has an unnatural sponginess to him in evasive maneuvers. As the attack goes swinging down and gashing where he is, you see his physical form almost warps around the attack and readjusts around it. The attack misses. Actually,
That's Miriam's turn.
the skeleton needs to give me a charisma save.
It's great at these. It's not.
4. Yep. The attack does absolutely nothing against the Mimicking. All right, so Marion is done. Bernie, your go.
So I'm gonna step up over there, flanking with Lily, and
But wait, Lily's
Uh-huh.
not there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lily
that's
isn't
right.
there.
yeah.
She disappeared
let's
from
see,
sight.
Yeah, I guess I'm moving there then to flank with the skeleton. And let's see. Yeah, I was entirely inside the area, so just double check if that spell is verbal. Yeah, almost spells are verbal. All right, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna attack it.
Go for it.
So, dirty 20.
You go to attack, and the elastic nature that happened to it, he kind of smiles as you are swinging, but it doesn't rubber band away from your attack. 20 hits. And he looks a
All right.
little annoyed at that.
Okay.
For 13 slashing?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a smite as well.
Alrighty. I'm going to move him on top of all the tokens because I think seeing his hit points is very important.
Yep.
9.
Yep.
He will take it.
Second attack is
24 hits for 11.
and,
All good?
Let me double check something as well. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I have I can do champion challenge, but I have to issue a challenge. It doesn't say anything that they have to be able to hear me actually. But if I can't say it,
Just gesture like flip them off or something.
I'd say that's probably a verbal thing to do. Like you issue a challenge,
yeah, and yeah. Bernie would probably assume that he has to be able to hear it anyway. So yeah, that's end of my turn. Now.
So, at the end of your turn, the Mimicking is going to use his legendary action,
Fuck.
and you all watch as he twists in the air quickly, disappearing from sight, and around the room. Somebody roll me 2d4.
I'll do it.
Oh. God damn it. Ah.
Seven chests appear all around the room. That is his legendary action. Lily, you're invisible right now, and nobody can hear that you're here because it's silenced in the area. All he did was turn you invisible when he stabbed you.
Weird. Yeah, Lily seeing now what happened in those chests. She's gonna do. I want to use my action as Lily to do an investigation real quick to see if she can determine which chest this guy's in. If he's in a chest.
So what did you say
Okay.
you're going to try to do?
I want Lily to try to, like, based off like witnessing everything in front of her as she was invisible, I want her to try to investigate or figure out which chest this guy is probably in or needs to be open
So-
to get him to reveal himself.
Everything happened very quickly. Okay. You're allowed to roll a perception check if you want to see if you caught a glimpse as to where he went.
Even with a nat 20, I wouldn't be able to beat a 25.
On an yeah.
Yeah.
Or
maybe
you
then
could
let me
just
take
go
it,
to a chest and
'cause-
try.
Yeah, fuck it. Lily's gonna go to this chest and open it. And then back the fuck
Okay.
away.
You open up the chest, and inside you see what appears to be a Jack-in-a-Box's head bounce back and forth and an explosion go off. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck.
You have a +4.
Yeah.
Am I within range? of it?
Hey!
it's
Yeah, you are
10-foot
10 feet.
radius.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty then. So you all watch as the 7 chests appear. One of them opens up, and there's an explosive outline of a dragonborn individual who flips backwards during it. That is 14 points of fire damage, halved down to 7 because you were
Well,
successful.
shit.
Are you resistant to fire?
No, just cold.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just 7 points. But that chest is now gone. All done, Lily?
Lily's just gonna say,
Uh,
the chests explode.
but of course, no one can hear her.
And yep. John.
Rushing up to the stabbed captive, I'm going to see if I can tie off his wound or stop the bleeding.
Roll me a medicine check, please. Dirty 20. The individual is not going to regain consciousness anytime soon. However, you do manage to stop the wound from bleeding out actively. If he gets immediate help, he might survive.
Yeah, I wave over to Kurt and point down and look around the room, and I just point over at one of the chests. And let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I'll move a little bit closer to this one here. That's it for me.
And it requires an action to open them. So yes, that's it. Tolsha.
Question:
Stop, dude.
Is the lid to a chest considered a door for the purposes of
No,
thaumaturgy?
it's considered a
Window.
roll thaumaturgy in chat.
I mean, depending on.
You instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
I hope we thought this through.
I have.
I'd say yes. A lid is technically a door. Like,
Did I see how big the explosion radius was from that chest?
5 feet. 5 feet.
So 5, 10. 1, 2. I'm going to cast thaumaturgy and open this one, this one, this one, and this one, as they're within 30 feet.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know you're right next to that one chest, right?
I'm choosing not to have that one be affected.
Well, no, that's one thing
Or-
I'm wondering is I don't know if you have the option to choose what can be opened
Yeah.
or closed.
Yeah, it's
I think
all.
it's just
It's
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I
Yeah,
hope
it'll
In that
open.
case, I will move here and also pull Miriam over here. Like, you might want to stand here.
How much more movement did you have? Because carrying somebody is double movement. You were here?
I would have 10 feet left.
20, 10. I'd allow you to pull him 5 feet to the side.
Okay, then I wouldn't get that one. I just get these 4.
Those 4? Alrighty. All 4 of them open and explode.
And then bonus action spiritual weapon over by what's the distance I can do this? 60 feet? I'll put it over by
60.
John.
Sword. So right next to John?
Yeah. And have it aimed down at the chest. But not hit the chest.
It's not attacking the chest?
Actually, wait. I'll put the sword over here next to there and have it attack that chest.
All right. 23 hits the chest for 7 force damage. The chest looks damaged.
Okay.
Alrighty. The Mimic King's turn. The last chests all disappear. And you watch as the one John was directly next to, the Mimic King jumps out of it quickly. Looking around the area, he is going to stab first at you, John, with the Trickster's Dagger. 28 to hit. 8
Oh, yeah.
piercing. Charisma save, please.
$17.
That is a success. Then he's going to turn around and stab at you, Bernie. 15 misses, doesn't it? Wow. God, Bernie's indestructible. He offhandedly stabs back towards you and looks confused as it didn't hit you. He'll flip the dagger around and just shank at you again.
That one gets me.
31 hits. All right. 8 points
Barely,
of piercing
no.
damage. Charisma save.
Right. So let me just double check. Is that a
It is a magical effect. This is not a charm effect.
yeah. No, but it's yeah, I just had to double check if heavy armor master only worked against non-magical weapons, but it's fine.
My homebrew rule, it still works. Remember, my homebrew rule, it still works against magic.
Yeah.
Because that feat would just fucking suck past level 5.
Yeah. So charisma save. God damn it.
Wow. Everybody, Bernie disappears from sight. As far as you all are aware, he's gone because you can't hear him, you can't see him.
Is that with your bonus, Bernie?
And he... Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the real question is, did Bernie even exist? Was he
Kurt.
even real?
He stabbed
Kurt.
your brother twice, and now your brother's gone.
Kurt's smart. Probably banishment, he thinks. 5. Grows over here after John pointed at the scout and drags her. He's going to drag her out of the silence here.
Him. I know the token looks female, but...
Oh, him. Yeah,
There's
I'm
not
going
a
to
lot.
drag
Yeah.
him out. And then we're going to try again. Third, we're going to use a second level cure wounds.
All right. Very androgynous scout, correct. Ooh,
14.
dumping all the good healing into them. 14 hit points. They're almost fully restored yet again as you drag them out. What is wrong with this? Was this stupid being? Give me a weapon.
I don't have one.
Very
bonus,
Person to ask.
bonus
Oh wait,
action.
bonus action, bonus action. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the Mimic King and just guess the joke's on you, and I'm gonna give a D8 on minus D8 on its next save.
How? He can't hear you.
Does it have to be? Oh yeah, it has to be verbal. I guess I'll just give Tulsha then. Just Tulsha mess him up. I'm gonna give Tulsha a inspiration. So minus that.
There was Miriam's
Oh,
turn.
by the way, at the end of the Mimic King's turn, Lily turned visible again. I forgot about that. Bernie, your turn.
Oh.
You missed. You skipped Miriam.
Marion, your turn.
Seeing him resist the hold person, and you can't hear him, Miriam has an idea, and what he's going to do is he's going to cast Detect Thoughts, and he's going to, for now, get the surface thoughts of the mimicking because it's all happening fast. So it's like I'm, thinking about what my next action is, kind of deal.
Trying to save the little useless creature. I'll kill it next.
Miriam's going to call out to Kurt. He's going after the scout again. And the mimicking can't hear it, but
Nope.
these two can. No. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell her to him to get behind me.
And Skelly Man's gonna go up and attack Mimicking because that was what he was ordered for.
All right. Actually, I should
19?
probably roll initiative for the scout now that they're up and running. Perfect.
Does
Sorry,
a
just
19
getting
hit?
that situated. Yes, a 19 absolutely hits.
Oh damn.
We don't roll, we take average. So
What's the
5
average?
plus 4 is 9.
Nice. Wait, 5's the average of a 1d6?
No, 5 is the bonus. 4
Oh.
is the average of a d6. Because it's always average, but round up. We round everything up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's 9. Ooh, he's looking a little hurt now. All done?
Yeah, that's Miriam's turn.
All right.
Well, he'll back up with it, actually.
Me.
Right. So, a question first. Can I, because I have double attack, can I divide up those attacks into like sort of separate actions? So that, for example, I do one regular attack and I could do another attack as a kind of maneuver to use athletics or
You
would
mean
it
like
have
a
to be
shove?
only-
Like replace one of your
yeah.
attacks for like a shove or something like that. I'd allow it if it's something like a shove or a trip. That would be fine. But if you're trying to maneuver it to like grapple, you have to be a tavern brawler and shit like that to be able to do that.
Right. Okay. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to quickly pull out my set of manacles and try and slam them, slap him with it. Stepping over.
I think I'd consider that a full action. It's an opposed
Yeah.
athletics or acrobatics.
Yep.
So your athletics opposed by their acrobatics, I think. Oh, sorry. Ignore that. Good. I didn't have him selected anyway. So
And
that's
I'm going to
fine.
use
I just-
inspiration on that. Right. Okay.
Wow, he's not proficient in either.
So is
Bernie-
it a D8 or a D6 on the?
D8.
No, he might not be 5th level. Bard, are you 5th level Bard, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm fifth. Five. Yeah, 5 levels in Bard.
Okay, then it is a D8. Oh, you go to slam the shackles around the individuals, and he very gracefully moves away from the swipe, but you manage to just hone in and focus and slam them around his wrists as he looks down at you and
I wanted to like put one on one of his let's say right arm and the other around his leg, if that's possible.
oh, he's a very flexible individual. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
And then just grab hold of the chain, I suppose.
all right. Let me look up shackles. I believe it restrains him.
Manacles. Yep. Supposed to.
Okay. I see it. Cool. It doesn't say anything about restrained. I'm gonna consider him restrained because you're holding on to it. But the moment you stop holding on to it, he's just in disadvantage on attacks. Okay?
Right. Yep.
All right, cool. Cool, that's your go, Bernie. Alrighty. Lily.
Yeah, Lily is going to get angry, run up with her hammer, and try to beat the guy in the face with it. Twice.
All right. Lily, give me a charisma save. Or sorry, it's a wisdom save. It's a wisdom save to be able to attack him.
Fuck. That was a
9.
good roll,
You
too.
swing your weapon and the body just like elastics away from it.
I
Well,
swing
it's a
again.
13.
Actually,
13, yeah.
no. I forgot about that. No, that still hits. Fuck. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You still hit for 13 points of damage.
Yeah, 13. And swing again. I also assume wisdom save again.
No, there's no saving
No.
throw for you.
Okay.
18 just barely hits
Aha.
for another 11. And he looks very confused at this point in time. And all of you who have any amount of like perception see him like mutter the words, "You? Really?"
What's he thinking in his head for Miriam?
Mary will find out on his turn.
Fair enough.
John.
I will disengage from this situation and run back out to Kurt. He stabbed me! He stabbed me in the fucking side!
Okay, I got you. Calm down.
And just looking back over my shoulder, I can't fight like this. No. That's my turn. Actually, no, I have a healing potion. I'm gonna pop that out and drink it.
Bonus action. Healing potion. 2d4 plus 2. Alrighty. That's your turn.
Yep, that's it.
Tosha.
First thing first, spiritual weapon, 5, 10, 15, 20 to take a swipe.
Alrighty then. It gains the benefit of flanking because Bernie is actively threatening.
Yep.
Did I turn visible after my attack? or-
It's at the end of his turn you become
Right,
visible
okay,
again.
yep.
12 misses.
Inspiration. Or does inspiration for me not work on spiritual weapon?
It'll still work on your spiritual weapon. It's still
Okay.
your attack. It's just your weapon is attacking.
So
19 hits?
Does he have blood?
Yes?
So then that is going to be 11 points. 7 force, 4 necrotic.
Actually, no, he does not have blood. And you
But-
notice his elastic nature makes it very difficult for your force to harm him.
Well, time to attempt this because I want to see if this works. As I pointed my finger towards him and for the Mimic King, let the king become mad. And I attempt to crown him with the crown of madness.
Oh. You cast it. You see the crown sit on his head. He looks up, removes the crown, and tosses it down.
Dang it, can't be charmed.
Immune to charm.
Well, he took his crown off, so he's no longer the Mimic King.
Took that crown off. He still has his. Well, actually, Bernie, perception check. Tulsa, are you done?
I want to move.
The scout. Yeah. Okay, Bernie. We'll see what you notice. The scout will turn to you, John. Do you have any useful things, weapons, anything like this?
Here. He gives him the sword, just drops it on the floor.
The scout will pick up the sword, run in there, screaming, and try to stab him twice. Wisdom save. Oh, that was a whisper roll. God damn, the NPC sheets are still whisper rolling. I hate that so much. 13 is a failure. Cannot attack him. He swings twice and both attacks just miss. The Mimicking looks around at the situation, looks at the scout, rolls his eyes, stabs. 8 points of damage.
Bernie also rolls his eyes at the scout.
Lily will also roll her eyes at the scout. just we all
Glad we all-
synchronized.
The scout does not turn invisible. And the king looks very pissed off at this. We'll stab him again.
God damn it.
Yeah. 8. He goes down again. Then he'll turn over towards you, Lily, and stab at you with the dagger.
Miss.
15 misses.
Isn't it with
Alrighty.
disadvantage anyway? So
13 misses. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of his turn, you become visible again, Bernie.
all right.
Kurt, your go.
It's gonna look at John. It looks like that potion helped, and then look over. God damn it, he's down again. Hold him to get behind me. Oh my god. Etiquette.
For the Empire. Just like every good fodder.
I don't know. Have you? It reminds me
Let's
of
Walk over, take out his only healing potion, and give it to him. Pour it in his mouth.
Oh, the king just shakes his head and rolls his eyes as you're doing that. Roll me 2d4.
2d4. 6 points of healing. Then I'm gonna point over here and say, "Go, mouth, go." I'm gonna step back out here. Idiot, man. I'm gonna inspire Mirian now. Just knock this thing out, Mirian. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's my turn. I'm inspiring Mirian and healing that guy.
So, throughout the round, Mirian, he first. Really? She has that lineage. Weird. What the fuck is this doing? Again? Die. Why? Die. Good. Really, you're wasting another one. That is everything Mirian hears throughout the round.
Um. Yeah, on one hand, he's really curious about that whole lineage thing. On the other hand, this thick guy needs to die. So, Marion is going to go ahead and break the concentration on detect thoughts so he can once again attempt a hold person. Sorry, yeah.
Wisdom save?
Yes. DC 15. Aha.
He failed. Really?
No, I think he can still
And
think.
his
he
eyes
just
just
can't move.
Right, but he no longer hears the thoughts. So his eyes just rotate over to Miriam and glares. All done?
Yeah. Yeah. Now paralyzed. Oh no, that's right. Undead Thrall guy has advantage because of paralysis.
20.
Oh, yeah, there's just 9.
First, he has to give a wisdom save to be able to attack him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the thrall is not a... There's things.
Okay.
7.
+4.
The attack goes, but it just misses. 7. So 11. Bernie, are you saying that thrall is your ally?
That undead?
I suppose. Reluctantly.
All right, yeah, that his attack just goes through him. No avail. All done?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna release the hold on the chains and take the. Well, I still have a shield, so I can't use it two-handed. But yeah, just gonna try and finish this guy.
Alrighty.
I'm trying to remember.
And you're attacking from that position?
Yeah.
All right, 19 will hit for 11.
I'm trying to remember though. Is paralysis the one where it's automatic crit if it hits, or is it am I thinking of a different one?
Let's look it up. It's an automatic crit.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm. That's a lousy
Roll your radiant again.
Smite. Yep.
Hey, you get to roll it again, and also roll
Yeah,
your
yeah.
D8 again.
What? All right.
Wow.
Well, it's still decent though. So, 22,
Oh,
32
yeah.
damage.
Oh, you swipe in at him with your blade, piercing all the way through him, pulling back, and you see he kind of like the body jerks, but he's still just glaring at Miriam right now. Just
All right. And the second attack. So it's another D8.
26 hits. Yep.
10. I don't think
it.
I can smite twice in a row, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I can? Oh, okay. Well,
that's not casting a spell. That's just smiting. You're smitten.
Yep.
Roll it again. Yep. How do you want to do this, Bernie?
All right. So as he's standing there, I'm just starting to hack away at his neck, trying to decapitate the guy. And
As you are hacking into the side of the neck of this creature, restrained and looking at all of you, you see just the curl of one of its lips as the last attack gashes through, and you watch as the body goes limp on the ground, and you look down at a wooden mannequin that looks exactly like this creature just lying there on the ground in heaps.
I said you're welcome.
Yeah, I dropped silence. But
Quick question. So it's a mannequin now, but is its clothes still there? Like, is it just like
The clothes,
just
the
Naruto?
outfit, the dagger, everything is there. It's just Now that you hacked through it, you see, cutting off one of the limbs, the head, it's a mannequin, just a wooden mannequin.
Lily is immediately shuffling through its pockets and stuff because this is a prank king, so it claims, so it's got to have some cool pranking stuff.
Can I take the
Okay,
dagger?
roll me an investigation. Tulsha may
Meanwhile,
take the dagger if she chooses.
Meanwhile, I'm going to channel divinity a little bit and use turn the tide. So everyone regains d6 plus 4. That's 9 hit points everybody.
I will
Including
indeed
the
take
scout.
Yeah.
I will indeed take the dagger, but take a piece of cloth, so I'm not touching it directly.
All right.
Kurt's gonna use his clothing and grab the crown and look at it.
There is no crown.
Oh, the Mimic King
Bernie,
didn't have a crown.
what you noticed, well, that was flavoring Mirian's crown of madness. He just took it off because he doesn't care. Bernie, what you noticed, on his jester's headpiece, there was a tiny groove and nook that looked like a crown belonged there, but was not there.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, is everyone okay? Lily, you look a bit worse for wear. Still.
John got stabbed.
I mean,
Yeah, I
got
just had
stabbed
to.
too.
I had to use this very expensive potion, but I managed to save the captain, so I think we're okay.
Wait, you mean that healing potion? The one that costs as much as what you paid us for? So now we don't owe you anything?
Who's Lily talking to?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't even understand what she's trying to get at.
What
Did you not hear what I said or understand? I mean,
No, we heard you. We just don't understand what you're trying to get at.
oh, Lily was bluffing, basically saying like, "Oh, you used that potion we gave you that cost as much as you were going to pay us, and so now we don't owe you and you don't owe us."
This was John's potion. I don't know.
Oh, I kept
Yeah.
thinking we gave you.
That's
a
why
No,
I'm
potion.
that
like
was his
confused,
potion.
What
My
is-
bad. I assumed we gave you some stuff to keep you alive for now.
No, you gave
My
me
bad.
a sword. I gave the sword to the captain.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I thought we gave you more than just the sword. Yeah, but she didn't say anything then.
9 to you, Lily.
So,
Did you also note
As
down
you were
the
looking-
9 you got earlier, Lily?
everybody takes the 9 that Bernie gave them. Everybody healed 9. Everybody.
I did.
If they didn't heal it, it's their own damn problem.
Right.
So.
Well, I did notice something on the. If you look at the top of the head, it seemed like there was. Well, not now, but earlier. It seemed like there was actually some sort of like an indent on the jester's cap or whatever you call it. It seemed like they're supposed to have like a crown or a circlet or some kind of. Well, it wasn't there anyway, so there might actually be some truth to what he was saying, I suppose. Not that I really care, but I mean, I'm not in the business of retrieving crowns for fey tricksters.
Yeah, the thing was unnatural. Just casting spells without even verbal components. We should burn it.
By the way, is the Jester Cat magic?
I wouldn't touch any of its stuff. It's probably cursed. Hate phase. Decided I do not like phase.
I agree.
Hmm.
And Lily's going to probably like with a stick or one of her like long metal artificer tools that looks like a stick, kind of get the jester hat off and put it in the bag of holding.
Miriam, or Tulsa, or, well, any one of you, that thing is just a mannequin. So does that mean we didn't actually kill this person? Well, it certainly seems like it. I mean,
Probably.
Maybe he's hiding in one of those box things that just came out of nowhere.
right. Well, maybe we have to watch over our backs now in case this thing wants some kind of revenge or.
It'll
mean, like-
likely want us to find whoever took its title and crown. Like it said it will, otherwise it will probably try to come after us or the captain over there.
Oh.
Speaking of, are you alright?
I am fine. Bit of a roller coaster of a day.
Do you know why this thing targeted you specifically?
I saw some charlatan that did not look like they belonged here in the Empire. When I approached and demanded it reveal itself to me, it said I should mind my own business. I tried to attack it, and then it did something to my mind, and I could not stop dancing.
Lily messages Bernie.
I mean, it does sound like it's his own fault. He really should have minded his own business on that one.
Sounds like you ended up getting charmed by it.
These foul creatures shouldn't be in the Empire to begin with.
It shouldn't.
Good job that you all removed it.
It shouldn't be on this plane of existence. However, likely finding whatever it's missing will get rid of it permanently from our midst.
Well, that is an issue for the Empire. I will bring this up to my superiors. We will have this entire circus shut down immediately. You have my thanks for saving my life.
You mean
How
the
do I get
circus?
out of here?
You mean the circus that hired us to try to find their guest that was missing? You.
I mean the circus that was harboring a creature like that inside.
I don't believe it was. Likely it infiltrated, trying to find its
Well,
claimant, as it were.
that will be up to my superiors.
It's a tent, so you could, just go under this part or cut it.
Goes over and takes the short sword and gashes straight down.
I look at John and just, are you going to let her leave, or is it a her or him?
Him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ignore
It
the
looks like a. All right.
Ignore the token. That was a scout token. It was available.
Fair enough. Yep. I mean,
I have no intention of stopping, especially somebody of the military sort.
well, it would be trouble either way for your circus, I suppose, if he were to be found dead here.
Be safe. Don't get
They
attacked by
definitely-
strangers.
Be in much more danger if there was a dead Imperial officer rather than one who was just rattled. So I think, given the circumstances, this is probably the least consequential outcome we could have hoped for.
Right.
Is he out of earshot
cut
right now?
through the tent. He cut through the tent, is now going around the back of the tent to leave.
Well, I mean, if it was
Lily,
dead, we
your investigation. 1 second. I want to get to that investigation because the 9 still yielded stuff. I need you to give me a charisma save.
+4.
Can I use
Oof.
my inspiration to reroll?
Only if it's a gifted inspiration, not if it's your DM inspiration.
Shit.
Or pun inspiration. Pun inspirations do that as well. It's fine.
I
As
mean,
you
I
are
did come.
rifling through the pockets, you pull out what felt like a solid object, and when you pull it out, immediately one of those jack-o'-lanterns shoots and slams up in your face. You suffer 4 points of psychic damage.
Are you alright, Lily?
Now,
I guess so.
Lily?
Sorry, I was typing something. Yeah, Lily is in the process of yanking that Jack in the Box thing out, so that she can put that in some of her own surprises.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the pocket, there is a scroll, and when you pull it out, the scroll is wrapped with a ribbon that is kind of in the shape of this individual's face.
Wait, it's like the scrolls. It looks like his face, or the ribbon.
The ribbon is like the face of the individual, just tied in a ribbon to look like that.
I found something that doesn't look suspicious at all. I'm being sarcastic if none of you could understand that.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Hands it to Tulsha.
I will unroll the scroll and take a look.
All right. You unravel and unroll the scroll, and as it opens up, you hear the voice of this individual echo out towards all of you. Well, I was not expecting to find more people of class here. Thank you. I appreciated the fun, but now it is your turn to follow through with our bargain. Find me the liar, and in the meantime, I'll be asking some of my friends to visit the circus. The faster you find the liar, the safer everyone will be. Ta-ta.
I think we should head back to. Not getting his name.
Wandwich.
Yes, Wanderich, and inform him of the situation. Particularly the fact that if we don't find this person, there's going to be more issues.
Well, luckily
Joy, if I'm remembering this right too, and Lily's explaining it, this guy did say it was someone at the circus who was claiming themselves as the joke king, the mimic king, or whatever, right?
He said specifically, someone here has proclaimed themselves to be the king of tricks, attempting to steal his title.
And as the proprietor, I'm sure he might know who that is.
Most likely, yes.
All right, so let's get a move on then. Probably want to let him know before the entire Imperial Army is sent to this place.
Not the entire Imperial Army, just a regiment, or whatever they're called.
So, on this note, with all of you leaving, it's much easier to walk out of this place than it is to walk through it. I think we're going to go ahead and go on break, everybody. We will be right back. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting us a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel, or you can join our Patreon listed down in the description below. Where last we left off, the party had successfully encountered an entity known as the Mimic King, asking him a handful of different questions about why he's here. Why are you torturing that poor little racist man? And other things like that. After having a conversation with him, Kurt tried convincing him that, yes, I was the one who declared I was the king. The king incited against him and decided to take a deal. He will let the charmed man go, the Imperial Scout, and see what happens next. You went up there to try to cure him, and after you healed him up quite a bit, the Mimic King immediately reached over you and stabbed him through the chest. Combat ensued where he started doing very tricky moves, making some of you disappear from sight, and even jumping into these random chests that appear around the room that exploded when you opened the wrong one, but when he was in the proper one, did not explode. You just found him hiding inside of it. After your encounter, though, you found out that this was just a mannequin that seems to have been animated to act like the Mimic King. And you found a little bit of things to keep for yourselves, but you also have a little bit of a situation on your hand. The Mimic King expects all of you to find out who this one who proclaimed to be the King of Tricks is, and to, well, give it over to him. And the threat and duress that you are under is not exactly known, but he did say he would send friends against the circus if you can't help. To make matters even more interesting, the Imperial Scout that you saved is going to be reporting everything that just happened. Everything! Over to the Empire, and is going to try to get the entire circus shut down. So, you all left. Bernie stopped by the one corridor he didn't get to check out and looked on top of the tree where he found an obnoxiously expensive looking crystal ball that he has pocketed, and then decided to take all of the other balls as well. As you all exit outside, you see Wandrich wandering over towards the stage, and you hear the sounds of the crowd have completely diminished over a short period of time. This is where we pick up, everybody.
Yeah, so
This is as we're walking out too. That Lily's speaking up.
so is no one going to comment on the fact that we just let someone go who's going to shut down a circus that has been nothing but hospitable to us?
Man, who cares? It's just a circus, and moreover, they can go somewhere else. It's a circus, they travel.
Right. I mean,
But it's an empire. They are a bunch of dickholes.
Look, we just saved somebody's life. We should be happy we saved somebody's life. Guy's gonna get the circus shut down, okay. Worst things in the world.
not every life is worth saving. I'll just say that.
Well, that's a horrible thing to say. And I hope if he were in our position, he would have done the same for us.
You would have not done the same thing for us at all.
No,
See.
most likely not.
I mean, we can murder him in a few moments, but we have to speak with Wandrich first and see what he would like to do.
Murder him? I'm not murdering anyone.
Yeah, we can execute him so he can't.
No, I'm not executing anyone either.
Well, if Wandrich doesn't want to do that, of course not. But if he does, I mean, it's simple enough.
So you're all for not executing this person, but then when we were trying to find that evil gnome earlier, apparently that's all right to execute him.
That guy had it. That guy literally killed off his friend in a ritual.
And his leader said it was fun
And
to do
killed
so.
multiple people. He could have destroyed that entire forest if it went unchecked. I feel like it was more poetic justice having his own creation destroy him. But you want to say judging a man because he's going to have a circus shut down should be killed, you're sounding more like a psychopath.
I do somewhat agree with that last bit.
Well, maybe I am.
She says loudly before just kind of going away.
Hate
You
breeds
run
hate.
into Wandrich and everybody else. Hello. There has been a lot of sounds coming from the tent. We wrapped up the show and closed everything down early. Is everything? You all look like shit. Are you okay?
No,
Oh.
there's two problems. One, we were able to rescue the captive, which was the Imperial Guard captain, who, after being saved, is now going to try to shut down the circus due to everything that just happened. And two, the creature who's referring himself to as the Mimic King is going to send his friends against the circus if we don't find the one who's trying to claim his title as King of Pranks.
What?
King of Tricks.
What the hell are you?
I show him
what?
the letter.
It's a blank letter. It just you
Oh.
heard the voice say all of that out loud.
It's a long, complicated thing, apparently. But apparently, the whole reason he came here in the first place was because someone was claiming his title as King of Pranks, which is apparently a real thing. Likely some kind of fey shenanigans there. And it looks like he's missing his crown, so someone here at the circus is claiming his title and likely has his crown.
As this news is falling, I'm doing an inside check on all of the current members attending this little powwow.
Give me an insight check.
Sure. $24. Just seeing if there's any like noticeable reaction when that is dropped.
I'll whisper to you.
Sure.
Also, it appears that he tampered with this building. There are various flying swords and explosions inside of it.
There were, anyway. I'm not sure if they were caused by this Mimic King creature. I don't assume they were supposed to be there. I mean, seems quite bad for business to have a circus if people can get killed inside one of the attractions.
We have nothing like that in our facility, at all. It's a hall of illusions and tricks. You step down it, and the mirrors make you look fat or skinny or tall or short.
Was there ever a maze inside of it?
Well, yes, of course.
That's what he altered.
Right.
Well, at least nobody was harmed, correct? Not
Yeah.
mortally.
Yeah.
Good. That is
Mortally,
good.
no.
Well, I promised, and he steps forward with a coin purse that has 200 gold pieces and 1,000 silver pieces.
Right.
We'll just hand that to Tolsha since she's in the front. I am very thankful for all of you to help us here.
We do need to find the claimant, though. else more people are going to get harmed.
You have a lot of talent that comes through here, Wandrich. I mean, surely you've heard somebody utter the title.
Editing party loot.
Thank you. He crosses his arms in front of him, immediately giving himself a much more defensive demeanor. Anybody proficient in insight would notice this. Yes, we have a great deal many people who come through us. Not all stay, but all of them are welcome, and they are safe so long as they're here with us.
You know who did it?
He just slowly blinks.
Right. Well, this is all sort of. It's not really. Well, it seems like this is circus affairs, as it were. It would be best if you took care of this, because I for one don't want to get that involved in your inner workings, as it were.
I'm gonna have to agree with my brother on this one. I don't really feel like this is our problem anymore. It seems like you have a lot going on between a Fae getting its friends coming down here and the military shutting you down. Best of luck. Thanks for the payment.
Wait, what? Wait, military? What do you mean?
Oh, I thought
Didn't tell us to just tell you.
yeah, there was a captain of the Imperial Army inside there that had been captured by the mimic king creature, and well, we saved his life, but he insisted on reporting to his superiors and said something about shutting down the circus.
You know, they don't have a culprit. There wasn't really a body left behind, and this, whole capturing of Imperial soldiers business tends to not do too well within the military rank and file.
And they believe the Mimic King was part of the circus.
Right.
He did have a flair.
One problem after another, eh? It is all right. No matter what happens, we stick together, right? Everybody? And they all just nod. They look concerned, but...
Can I do an insight check to see if they'll really stick together, kind of thing?
I mean, sure.
Man, I cannot roll well today.
They all seem to be scared, other than Wandrich and Kalik, but they seem to be pretty inspired by his words. As far as you can.
Well, the question now is, I suppose, where do we go from here? I mean, if they're going to shut down the circus, I mean, you could probably try and catch up with that officer, try and persuade them not to, or bribe them off, probably, or something. But this all seems a bit sort of. It's not really our business, I'm sorry if that sounds a bit callous, but when in the Empire, Lily. I mean, we're just really trying to get John here to Rexentrum, really, and help him regain his memories.
Yeah, I wonder about that.
Regain your memories? I didn't know things were missing.
Quite a bit, I'm afraid. I don't really have too much rolling around upstairs other than a few years, and honestly, if we hadn't been acquainted as much as we have recently, I don't think I'd recall any of this.
That is horrible. What is for you in Rexingtrim, then? I'm sorry, it's just, we consider you like
mean-
family here. I don't want to see anything bad come from you.
So I'm sure you understand secrets within the family of the circus, and this is something that's rather close to me, and I need to keep that information a bit contained. It's quite dangerous, unfortunately. I do hope that what decision you do come to, though, if you choose to remain here, you do something about that Imperial captain. Otherwise, it's probably best that you guys leave Wildemount for the time being.
Please head to the coast.
And if
Have to find a way to
if things
find a way to the coast.
right, if things do get a bit hot on your feet, I suppose you might want to go to Pride's Call. If you're looking to get out of the Empire, at least.
I do make a hand motion indicating that we're dealing with Volstrucker to Wandrich.
Very well. Well, you have no loyalty to us. That is perfectly understandable, and we would not dare to ask you to step out of your comfort zones for any of us. Greatly appreciated your assistance thus far. If you're ever looking for a spot, just wander about and find us. We'd always be happy to keep you here and keep you safe if you ever need be. Okay?
It's appreciated. And I mean that. We are grateful for your assistance here. It's, as I said, though, we do have our own business to attend to, and we only just met you guys.
Of course. It's perfectly understandable. Do what is necessary for yourselves.
If
We're
you
going
don't
to
shake
up.
this trouble, please let us know. Leave a
I
letter
will.
somewhere in the capital, Pride's Call, Hupper Duke,
Very well. Best of luck to all of you.
If you do
All
find
right.
the person, just, I guess, bring them before his tent. I'm not sure where he wants them anyways. But I do hope you find the one.
Alrighty, this attraction is shut down until further notice. We're going to be packing up all of our things and we're heading immediately to Pride's Call. Alert the rest of the circus. Everybody, we're leaving tonight. Immediately. Let's go. He claps his hands and everybody disperses into the area as Wandrich goes over to the side of the tent and begins unspiking it from the ground.
Well, that was fun. Camping on the road. How far away is Kent? I really don't look forward to another outdoor excursion.
I mean, it's too
Right.
bad that their circus is shutting down and not traveling all over the countryside. It'd be nice to travel with them where we wouldn't exactly stand out because, we're part of the circus. Nothing weird about 2 tieflings and a dragonborn in the circus, and a half-giant wizard.
Well,
Oh well.
that is true, but at the same time, if we start associating ourselves with the circus, then we're likely to draw more attention to ourselves from their enemies, whoever
we
that
pick
may
up their
be.
enemies.
Look,
Exactly.
Allies.
You can't help people that don't want help. That's not how things work. And obviously, Wandrich has got this well in hand. Otherwise, he would ask for our assistance. So I believe leaving them to their devices, us to ours, will be all for the better.
Of course, someone would ask for assistance, especially when they want to bother someone else with asking for it. You know, they don't want to seem weak or they don't want to cause the other person trouble, even when they need the assistance.
He
But
knows.
that's just me. I'm just a psychopath, you know.
He knows who stole this Mimic King's title.
Yes.
He's not even telling us. Like,
Yes,
this guy could easily solve his own problems.
It's one of them, one of their own. They're playing it very close to the chest, and because of that, if he does not want our involvement, we should not get involved.
Lily, I can tell there's definitely something bothering you, and none of us have called you a psychopath. Just to be clear on that. If there is something you want to talk with any of us about, I suggest you do it. I mean, I don't want to be in a position of trying to speculate in what's up. I'd rather be upfront about things. And on another note, I'm looking over at John. You need to start pulling your weight.
Excuse
So
me?
far, we've been escorting you through, well, different dangers, and you haven't really been assisting us when things have gotten hard.
What are you talking about? He saved that guy's life. I thought he was dead.
Well, when we all risk our lives doing, well, we have done so at several points now. And if we're going to go into the heart of the Empire, to Rexentrum, then there's probably going to be more situations where things get heated. And if you are incapable of fighting, then you have to be able to assist in supporting us more directly in some other ways.
I mean, the option to not fight is always there. Also, I don't see how you all endangering my life on several occasions puts me in any sort of debt to protect your own.
Right. Well, the thing is, I'm starting to have second thoughts about this whole endeavor we're on. I mean, you need to regain your memories. That's fine, good, and yeah, fine and dandy. But the rest of us who are not like you, human, that is, are going to have difficulty getting into Rexentrum. It seems like, especially with things being heated now with the war efforts and all that. And
Magic things that you do where you change and voila.
They only last for so long. I can only do it for like 1 hour per day. I'm just...
He's a very tall man, and she's a very colored woman. And I mean, other than the horns that you two are sporting, and of course the dragon person, it's passable, I guess. But honestly, the only one I really care for is your friend Miriam here. He's the one who understands the workings of the spell and can help me regain what it is I require. If he'd be willing, I'd be more than happy to have him accompany me up to the capital.
Right.
Speaking on both of those, I then have to agree with Lily in the regards that if we have concerns, then helping the circus, even if they don't want this help, is going to be our best option, as it would allow us to let them to continue to wander around the Empire and for us to move with them to allow us less suspicion.
It would also put them in unnecessary danger as well.
It would, yes. However, they're already in...
They are my friends, and I do not wish to put them into danger.
They already are in danger if the Mimic King is sending his friends if they don't give him up.
Right. They stand a better chance against that thing than they do against the whole of the Empire, I assure you.
Did you see how quickly the Mimic King himself dispatched?
You have
an
not been
Imperial-
to Rexentrum.
No, I have not. However, what I'm more concerned about is if the Mimic King friends are anything like the Mimic King, with how easily he dispatched an Imperial soldier, how much of a chance do the members of the circus stand?
I barely trust the lot of you to keep myself alive. I would not put my faith into protecting others that I hold dear.
And yet you were just saying earlier that you would take Marion with you to the capital, and you want to take someone I hold dear to danger?
Right.
Well, the thing that's been bothering me a little, John, is that you seem to be viewing us as, well, merely tools at your disposal.
Means to an end.
Exactly. And it's not the first time where you've been rude or condescending towards us.
Yes.
And I have bigger things on my mind than you getting your memories back, to be perfectly honest about it.
Then leave me. If you really have no honor about any of you, you have no care about the lives you wreck or the path you trod, then be about it. But if you do wish to correct that which you have done wrong, you may continue to assist me.
We have done nothing wrong to you. We have actually aided you. That's the first thing we did without even knowing about it. We gave you the opportunity to break free and actually know that your memories are gone. Now you have an opportunity to get them back. Otherwise, you would have still been in that sort of bondage if we had not intervened with those Volstruckers. So,
Perception, one, yes. Another is I might have already laid out a plan to get myself out of the situation, or would have eventually come across one of my old tie-ins and been able to escape myself with my party still alive and fully capable of recovering that which I needed.
well, are you saying you did so, or you're saying that you were speculating in a potential future that could have been?
Oh, anything is possible. I'm saying
Right, so
that we were dealt as they were, and I think it's very clear what had happened and what needs to be done at this point. So whether or not you want me to be grateful, be groveling before you, excuse me, but these pants are quite nice and that ground is quite unclean. I need to find out where these things are, and the one who can help me the most is standing right there. Unfortunately, he seems unable to speak for himself, so I can't really move past that point.
all right.
Well, I mean, from what it sounds like, you already would have had a plan, and now that you have your goal, you have a plan, you can come up with a new plan. So if that's the case, we might as well just bid you adieu. Bye, John.
No, guys, we don't. Why are we all turning our backs on each other? Look, our goal's still aligned. He needs to go to Rexendrum, and I'm pretty sure we were going there anyways, so doesn't make sense to just keep splitting away from people.
Well, remind me again, why exactly, other than John, we are going to Rexentrum?
Well, we have a vote. I'll look over at all the circus people over there.
Oh, they all left. They all dispersed.
Oh.
I just didn't move them from the map. Yeah.
We have a Volstrucker outfit. We have somebody that can pretend to be that person, and we have a place that we can move all their troops. And if you want Tal'Dorei or any war force to walk through here, it'd probably be a lot easier without them having troops in a city, or most of them diverted somewhere else. At least that's what I remember the plan being.
As do I.
Right.
And if you want to get in there, then we ourselves must not be able to arouse suspicion.
Plus, if John's one of their workers, he's a good ally to have there. They'll still think he works for the same person, and if I look like the guy, even better. We'll be fine. We need him.
I mean,
Now. Oh, go ahead.
if we're, I guess, trying to look for mutual benefit, if that's what you're really after, other than working with, Volstrucker, Grinna, Clasp, I've done work with all organizations across Exandria, and that includes the Myriad. And I look at Tulsha.
Really?
I was gonna say, I know you don't like PvP. Can I insight that? I'm sorry. That's just a little hard to believe.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. If you say no, I can just infer what I want to infer from it. But
I'll leave it up to Gorinsky. You
Yeah.
know,
No,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
like
I'm asking,
PvP in matters like this, but if Gorinsky's cool with it, or if he wants to go, infer what you wish. That's
Oh,
all.
I'm never against it. So yeah, you can insight away.
just because it's a big claim. That's all. Like, okay, yeah, I didn't pick up anything from that. I'm guessing.
I mean, you think he's being completely truthful?
Then yeah, and I wouldn't want to lose an ally then.
Well, I guess the thing is, I'm not really seeing exactly what we're trying to achieve anymore. It seems we've been getting sidetracked a lot recently.
I mean, you all took up the thing in the forest for whatever reason. You needed gold or you wanted to do something good, I guess. This was just kind of along the way, and I'm more than happy to continue on to our objective. I mean, whoever this handler person is, I'm sure, other than my own memories, he's probably dealing with a lot of people who would appreciate their minds to be freed and set right once again.
I need to ask this. During our time in the jungle, when I was attacking that giant T-Rex, I thought my strike was going to miss, and then it seemed to glance at something. Has anyone else noticed anything like that recently? Ever since John joined us?
Can't say I have.
I don't hit things, so no.
I mean, it's kind of my job to notice things, and no, I didn't.
Well, that's the thing, is before you joined us, that never had happened.
You've never gotten lucky before.
Not the way that had happened before, no. Have you been helping us this entire time, John, without us realizing it?
I mean, I can't fight, if that's what you're asking.
No, but have you been assisting us in ways without swinging a sword, similar to how Kurt does?
I mean,
Well,
probably if something can, swing at 6 targets rather than 5, I'm sure the distraction is all for the better, but I'd much rather not be attacked. I mean, I'm not really that equipped for handling, obviously, all of you, much more so.
Right. Same with Kurt.
Look, well, he still won't say a word, so I'm really at a loss here. Kind of annoying and worrisome how you have issue, and I guess it's because maybe I'm being rude, but that was because when I placated you before, you seemed to be less trusting, so I figure if I'm more honest, that just kind of helps things, but it doesn't quite seem to be helping things. You all just don't like the directness. So
I've
can't be
had
one way or another. I might try a third way. I take out a pocket watch out of my breast pocket and I flip it open. Bernie?
What?
You're good with that sword, right?
I suppose.
All right. Whatever happens, don't make a deal. And I click the stopwatch and you hear a clicking of a clock start, and John just drops for a moment, looks up. Son of a bitch told me he'd let me out. It's been 5 days. He reaches into his breast pocket and you see this long curved dagger come out of it. John lunges at Bernie.
Okay.
Bernie, up to you.
I mean, Bernie's going to defend himself. He has no idea what's happening here, so.
All right, is that everybody? Bernie, John, Lily, Marion. All right.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think told you. No.
Yeah. All right, surprise round. You're the first person going, and nobody else would ever anticipate you attacking, so surprise round.
Okay. John, leaps forward at Bernie, and right before he strikes into him, says, "Tell that son of a bitch he better let go and let me out." And he attempts to dig the dagger underneath your arm. Do you want me to roll for advantage on this or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Surprise round. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
25. And that is going to be... more.
Okay.
Enough with the sixes.
24 points.
Of pure
Okay. 21 points.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You all watch as he lunges forward, stabs. Go ahead.
Bonus action takes out a second dagger, reaching into his vest pocket. And this one you see is a lot shorter, but just kind of like a clean blade, almost like a cleaver, that he just flips up really quick. And that'll be 26. That'll only be for 4. There's no additional damage on that one.
Okay,
4
so
damage.
1 point.
Yep, a whole 1 to Bernie. And
Barely
that's
nicks his nose.
John's turn. He just lets out a very deep hiss, like kind of a sigh, but it seems like he's sucking in air for the first time, like when you just come out from being underwater for a while.
Alrighty. Top of the initiative order. Tolsha, what the fuck is happening? Your go.
Yeah, that's what the fuck. Can I? Oh God, I wasn't expecting this at all. Can I? Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to cast Hold Person on John.
All right, John, wisdom save.
John is using Session Inspiration. For an 11.
That's a fail.
You are now paralyzed.
You're
him.
not John, are you?
His eyes just roll over to you. That's
You're-
not fair.
You're someone else. Please explain before I have Bernie deal with this situation.
John said
That's your turn, Tolsha?
out.
Yes.
He hasn't let me out in 5 days. We had a deal. Tell him to honor the deal. Let me go.
John, your turn. At the end of your turn, you get to make a wisdom save.
Sure. 18.
That's a success.
You're no
And
longer
yes,
paralyzed.
Yep.
Marion.
Right. Keep forgetting I'm Marion right now.
Yes.
Yeah, seeing that happen, yeah, might as well do it again. He's gonna try to hold person on John.
All right. I know this one.
Fail.
Got him.
All done?
Yeah, that's it.
Bernie.
What the fuck? He's you can tell he's been like boiling angry and getting more and more angry.
He looks orange.
Yeah, something like that. And he I knew I couldn't trust this damn idiot.
17.
It's
Paralyzed. 17.
17 hits. I'm paralyzed, so auto.
Oh yeah. Didn't you just get free though? From
No,
No,
paralysis?
no.
Yeah, but then
Marion
he
did
got.
not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So second level smite. Just
Yeah. Second attack.
oh yeah.
And yeah, smite on that.
Does
Don't forget
paralyze
to double your d8s.
paralyze? I can't
It's
use
only a-
react, right?
Correct.
That's right.
Let me. Incapacitated and can't move or speak. Automatically fails attack and dex saves. Attack rolls
can't
against the
use
target have
reaction.
advantage. Huh?
Yeah, it doesn't say I don't
Uh,
have reactions, so.
It does say you are incapacitated.
Oh,
and
and that's
incapacitated says you don't have actions or reactions.
and use reactions. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So, 20. Yep, that'll be enough. That puts down the Shell of John. So 8, 18. Yep, 32. So John drops.
You just
Oh, finally we got rid of him. Jeez. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. We'll figure it
And
out.
Ellie, are you
then-
doing anything? Oh yeah, go ahead. Bernie,
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my
Bernie.
move action to just pull out the manacles again.
All right. Lily.
Yeah, Lily saw the commotion. Then she saw John go and stab Bernie, and just out of instinct, she gets up, moves, and this is probably as the hold person sets in. She just throws her light hammer at him, but it goes over because Bernie immediately just knocks him the fuck out.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so his body goes down, and then Bernie, you just see a hammer just fly over where the body was.
just
It's a small hammer, a light hammer.
Alrighty. So that's your turn. Tolsha.
He's shackled now, so I want to.
Well, somebody has to use an action to shackle him.
I take the shackles from Bernie and place them on John. I pull him 5 feet back away from Bernie, so he's over here.
Alrighty.
Kerensky.
Mhm.
I keep pulling back
Alright.
5 feet.
Got it.
And I'm going to look at everyone. I don't know what's happening to John, and I want everyone to take a deep breath and let's try to hear what the fuck is happening. Do not make me use a spell on all of you. I do not want to do that. And I cast Healing Word on John. I want you to explain now.
So you gain 6 hit points.
Yep. Rounds up. He just kind of like jumps for a moment, and eyeing Tolsha.
Explain what the fuck that was, please.
Two daggers, one underneath the arm, the other for the throat. His armor protected him, though.
Explain, please, who you are, your relations to John, and what kind of deal he has made.
I am John. And that coward told me he would let me out for my services and has yet to do so. I don't really think that you're in any position to ask me questions. Why don't you speak to him?
Well,
You just-
most of the party notices whatever you're slating.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
What are
shaking
you
way
slating?
out of
Oh, I
hand.
have no idea. Oh,
Yeah,
just
he's
trying
in-
to like shimmy out.
Yeah, obviously. You just see him moving.
Okay. Are we good to leave initiative, everybody?
I am.
I'm going to assume yes.
Yep.
Now you all.
I don't
can.
know. I don't know. I think we should kill John.
What?
No.
Lily?
Damn, Bernie,
I'm-
you literally killed him in like 2 swings. That was insane. I thought you killed him. Are you okay? I'm looking at his wound.
Yeah, I'm fine. Keep your magic. And
I'm still using cure wounds at 3rd level.
oh, okay.
That is your brother. 15 points. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
I think you should finish the job. He was right to put me against you. You're tough.
Is that why he said no hard feelings for this?
He says a lot of things. He lies. He lies so much all the time. Why do you even listen to him? Why do you put up with him? You know, if you let me out, I can promise you won't have to deal with any of that person. We can go have a right good time, me and you. And he's like salaciously looking at Tolsha right now.
I'm looking over at Lily and like, well, there was one psychopath with us after all, but it's not you. And I go over and
Aw,
kick John once.
Lily's
the nicest
gonna
thing you've
also
ever said to her.
Also, seeing him look at Tulsha that way, Lily is gonna say in an indignant way,
Hey, her eyes are up there.
But jealous?
Lily starts taking out her warhammer, just walking towards him.
I will calm emotions on everyone here if everyone does not compose themselves.
Can you do me a favor and just destroy that watch while you're at it?
What, this one? As I'll click it because I saw John click it.
So, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Bernie. Looks pretty bad.
John,
I've had worse.
why do you have something that triggers what I can only assume is some other personality?
Can I please don't touch. Can I have the watch back, please? Just don't hit it again.
I'm not going to hit it again.
Thank you.
I'm not an asshole. But until you explain to us what the hell is happening, with all due respect, I'm going to hold on to it for a moment. Okay?
I am not a very skilled fighter, and I am quite afraid of a lot of things. And he was a way of helping me deal with what I couldn't deal with myself. I practice a lot of hypnotism, and he was something that came from somewhere. I don't rightly know where originally. And he's become a bit of a problem. A very serious problem.
So, what you're telling me is you've hypnotized yourself, gaining someone that is more confident and sure-hearted, who is becoming stronger than your own personality, is what you're saying?
I don't know exactly. I know that he's helped us a few times when the situation calls for it. I try to avoid that to the best of my ability. My abilities are limited in that capacity, so a lot of the work that I did, I would do on my own, but for things that were out of my control, or he does small work, quick work. I don't let him out for any prolonged period of time, and he's not able to stay out longer than the tick. But it's very important that just don't damage the watch, please.
Right, so what kind of work is this? Is he a murderer?
He's murdered quite a few people, yes. I mean, most, I would proudly say, probably had it coming, but still, there's at least a few that I kind of wish he would have had some restraint. I don't think this is the best way to deal with these situations, so I try to avoid it to the best of my capability.
Yes, he's mentioned. Well, your other self mentioned a deal and you not letting him out in 5 days. What deal?
He sees and hears everything that I do, and I can't really keep anything hidden from him. So because of that, yes, I agreed I would let him out for an hour, and let him do what he would. I was actually rather hoping we would be at least further away from people I knew and cared about before letting him gallivant, but perhaps it's for the best having someone who can keep a tab on him for that brief period. And I love these, by the way. Unfortunately, it's not something. If he was a little bit smarter and John just reaches into his vest pocket and has like a hairpin and just like picks the lock on it.
Oh, I was gonna say, before John would pick the lock, Lily would like to interject something and ask something.
Sure.
Probably as you're pulling the pick out.
Is it for just that watch or any sort of watch?
And then Lily will take. She used an action while you were busy talking to make a not a pocket watch, but it ticks. It sounds like a pocket watch to someone who didn't see it up close, and she clicks it.
This was heirloom, special made from my friend in Hupperduke. The tonality of it is a bit different, and it's something that I've used on many clients. It is very special. Please be careful with it.
I understand. I'm being careful with it, John.
Lily will hand Tulsha the fake pocket watch, and then kind of whisper to her,
I want to see how special that so-called watch is. Do you think you could hide it behind your back with the other one and click it to see which one activates him?
Roll me a charisma check to see how quietly you whisper.
"Oh, come on."
John is incredibly perceptive.
I'm observant.
Yeah, I gave you a fighting chance by allowing you to roll.
No, he didn't have a chance. Not with the 0 charisma.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, Lily. If John is willing to let you look at it, I will let you look at it. I'm not going to be inconsiderate enough to let someone else destroy something that is a heirloom to them without their
Oh,
permission.
no.
Or-
Lily wasn't saying for you to destroy it.
Well, metaphorically destroy it and take apart, examine, that kind of stuff.
No, Lily was saying for you to take the fake one she made, put both behind your back, and then click one of them and see the real one.
Lily, it's the sound. Do you understand how hypnotism works?
No, because hypnotism's fake.
Well, there is
Clearly not.
a lot of magic that we don't understand, Lily, and this could be one of them.
Well, no, magic makes sense, but that whole idea that you can get hypnotized with something other than magic doesn't make sense at all.
Sure, it does. It's called being very persuasive.
I thought it
With
was called
yourself.
conditioning.
That as well. Our father's
Happens
a
all the
perfect
time.
example of that.
Right. Well, whatever the
So-
case is.
Now that these are off, I don't intend on letting a friend out. You can call him whatever you like. I haven't given him a name. The urchin doesn't deserve one.
How about John with an H?
Or
Doesn't.
just John
You-
1 and 2.
Fine. Sure.
What I'm curious to know, John, is what else have you been hiding from us? Is there another hidden agenda you have with going to Rexentrum? And what is it?
I mean, I don't rightly know. Again, not having your memories is kind of a big part of keeping secrets, and as truthful as I'd like to be, I can't say whether or not I am.
Right.
There's nothing else there that I'm looking for other than this individual. I'd like to find the handler. I'd like to get back what is mine, and then from there, I'd very gladly like to continue just doing my work and hopefully never having to deal with the other again. He's threatened my life on a number of occasions, and I don't rightly know whenever I do let him out if he will let me back.
So, I have a question for you then, John. When you hit that stopwatch, he immediately went for Bernie. Is that because you were looking at him?
No, I mean, he knows I trust Bernie the most out of all of you. He sees and hears everything I do, and I think he was trying to prove to me that even the toughest out of this group didn't stand a chance against him. But I'm so glad you did. I mean, it hurts, but you put him in his place.
Then I would like to propose a deal. I am so willing to help you to regain your memories and take you to Rexentrum. And it seems that you still have a deal with this other half of yours. If it works for you to keep both parties satisfied, one of us could choose when to let him out for the 1 hour during the day, and we can make sure that he is managed during that hour, if you so desire.
Absolutely. When the ticking stops, he's contained.
'Cause-
He can't see or feel the watch. It's brilliant.
Because this way, you are given a measure of guarantee that one of us will be able to stop the ticking. And you know you will come back out. And
The
I do-
only thing that worries me is his capabilities, but I believe as long as we have your spells and Boney's steel, we should be okay.
Well, I'm not entirely sure I should dedicate my steel, as it were, to this whole endeavor anymore. You've been... I cannot trust you again, John, not knowing what this other person is capable of. And if he might break free from your restraints at some point. And
then why don't we use Kurt's abilities to sign a contract?
What were you saying, Bernie?
what?
What were you saying? You said and then you got interrupted. What were you saying?
Oh. No, it's just this whole thing with going to Rexentrum seems a bit well, it's more risky than I'd like. And I don't feel like I owe anything to you, John. No offense, neither you nor the other John. I did say initially that I would help you, yes, but when you haven't been forthcoming with us, that sort of makes me want to renege on that whole thing. I think it might be best if I, for my own sake, take a step aside now. I need some time to think. And I'm going to turn around and walk away.
I know PvP thing. Would Lily need to insight you, Bernie? If when you say that, do you mean like Bernie's going for like leaving the party going, or just needs some alone time?
That's not. That would be kind of meta, so it's hard to get out of an insight.
So
I'd say.
infer whatever you wish to infer. There we go.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I was aware of a contract on you, looking at Tulsha. It wasn't really my lane. And,
There.
I mean, as lucrative as it didn't seem like the type of person. You're not who I imagined.
Could you tell me what this contract said, John?
I mean, I don't have the greatest of details, but dead, alive, is over 500 gold. And I think they mentioned something about time. I don't remember anything past that, but the name did stick out to me.
My name or the client's name?
Yours.
Ah.
I mean, the client's name, I could tell you, but they're not really the clients.
What do you mean?
They're just a servant of the Myriad.
I see. Well, now I know you weren't lying about that part. Do you mind if Lily does take a look at the watch, John?
She's more than welcome to. Just ask that it wasn't my creation, as long as it's kept in that condition. As troublesome as it is letting him out, it has been a dire necessity. And as much as I would like to be rid of him, I don't think my life would extend out much further without him.
And if he doesn't hear the ticking, then he wouldn't come out, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Would you be object if I were to cast silence on us so Lily could hear the movement for herself?
I mean, the silence would, yeah, put a definitive end to it.
Then, Lily, do you promise to just hear the movement and not take it apart?
Of course, I don't have the necessary things at the moment to just take it apart and put it back together. I don't want him going nutso again, or else he might hurt someone.
In that case, then, I will hand you the watch. Give me 10 minutes to ritually cast silence, and then you can listen to the movement. Just give me a nod when you're done listening to it, okay?
Yeah, and as during that 10 minutes, she's not activating it to hear it, but she's looking over like the physical aspects of this watch.
Roll me a Tinkerer's check utilizing wisdom.
Aww.
To replicate perception, you're trying to listen.
No, I get it. Still, aww.
And Joey, you got the watch stuff from Hupperduke, right?
Fuck yeah.
I haven't looked at it in a very long time, but I'm aware that it exists. Actually, let me just bring that up real quick. That's a good thing. Sharn Watch?
Yeah.
By the way, while there's a moment of silence as Joey looks up something, what was the guy who we're trying to find for John again? I was looking through my notes. I can't find his name. There's some. The what?
The handler.
The handler.
The
We don't have a
handler.
name.
John, DM me the name of what I'm looking for. It'll be a lot quicker than me just scrolling through everything.
Yeah. Sorry, the title. Then that's what I meant. Is like, what was he called?
The Handler.
Yeah, and while Tosha's still doing that 10 minutes, and Lily would just kind of offhandedly ask,
And John, this handler, you did mention that he knew lots of things, right?
I mean, I've never heard of him prior to when we got the notice concerning him from our dead friend.
All right. Well, that's...
Are you whispering me, John?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this then. Based off what we learned about him, you would infer he has information on who posted that bounty on Tulsha. Right?
That was from the Myriad.
Yes, but this handler would have to have a bunch of toes in different pies, so to speak. So I'm sure they would know, right?
I mean, they deal with all sorts. You would think that a secret organization doesn't really dip their toes, but on the contrary, I mean, case in point, they've dealt with myself, and yes, they've had me deal with other organizations on their behalf, and I've inferred a number of clients have probably worked with them throughout my career as well. I can't say for certain, but it's not a terrible leap in logic.
Thank you.
So Lily.
And
Lily.
okay.
Yeah, what were you saying?
No, sorry, I was trying to clarify what you meant by that, but yeah.
Oh, that was me clarifying that I'm ready to tell you what you perceived. You listen carefully to the watch, and you hear a number of different clicks happening inside of it. Some of them at the exact same time and some at different time intervals as well. It is something that is incredibly soothing to listen to when you really focus in and hone on it. And there's almost like a captivating nature to it that kind of, once you hear it, it pushes everything else away that you would be hearing. Based off of the sounds of this, there might be minor bits of magic inside of it, but it does just sound like something that is rhythmic to you. Something that is naturally captivating to listen to. Some things are just beautiful to hear, like the sound of a violin when it's played well.
And this was after Tulsha put up the silence, or is this just when she's examining it before that?
Well, she threw down the silence so John wasn't affected by it, and you listened by yourself.
Yeah, I'm just watching you across the way as you're tinkering with
Okay.
it.
Yeah. And once Lily's done, she'll nod to Tulsha, let her know she's finished.
Drop the silence.
And then that conversation takes place. Blah, 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 blah. Whoop. Done.
May I have the watch back, Lily?
No, it's mine. Yeah, here you go.
And Lily, one thing that you, as an artificer, would know, you are capable of tinkering with watches, but a pocket watch is one of the most intricate instruments that can be handled. Like, it is so incredibly precise that if you mess up one tiny bit, the entire thing doesn't work. You're totally
Almost-
capable of handling it, but it is an incredible task to be able to handle a pocket watch.
It's almost as crazy as making a mirror.
Sure.
John, do you want the pocket watch back?
Very much would like to have it.
Then let this be a sign as that we're willing to help you with this as well, okay?
I don't think this is something that, no offense, but any of you are capable of fixing. I've tried a couple things already.
There may be ways through magic. But in the meantime, in terms of this deal you have with the other half, we're willing to help you with it as well. I guarantee that you won't have to worry about not coming back out so long as you're with us.
I'm willing to explore the possibility, but allow me to just say honestly that I'm somewhat terrified of that outcome. As he is, he might as well be the only thing that's kept me alive.
Understandably, and I can understand how that's terrifying as well. And I'll hand John back his pocket watch. But for all all of our sake, I'm trying to be more honest with everyone, including my family as well. And let's try to do that together, okay?
I mean, I've tried being myself, I've tried not being myself, and I've tried the truth. And out of all three, I think honestly the latter is the most terrifying. I had no expectation that this would convince anybody to want me around. In fact, the opposite. But it does feel better, at least, just knowing that it's out there.
We all have our monsters, John, and I was willing to help you from the beginning, as it were. I would hate the idea of losing my memories. And, well, yes, I'll do what I can to try and help you get them back as well. Just, really don't hope I have to cast silence again. I hate the absolute quiet. Freaks me out.
Yeah, it's very unsettling. I mean, I've used it in my sessions before, and it can be a terrifying experience, especially if you're not comfortable being by yourself.
Considering the fact that I can speak with animals and I hear them all the time, just hearing nothing feels wrong. Huh.
So, about what he said, how he looked at you, I apologize that I'm sorry.
It's all right, John. It's... People can be more direct than others, and you need not apologize for him or yourself. One cannot easily change one's nature.
We unfortunately both know how to get under people's skin. He just tends to use it more freely than I care to.
I can see that, and I'll be perfectly honest, if I really wanted to, I could easily scare the living daylights out of some people. I just prefer not to.
Well, I'd be more than happy to help you deal with your issue with Myriad, especially given my previous connections with them, as soon as we have opportunity.
I thank you for that, as until only a few days, a little while ago, even my rest of my family was unaware that I was being hunted by them, as I didn't want to get them involved in that, lest I put them at risk as well. I'm sure you can understand where that sentiment comes from.
I mean, I've cut ties with some of my closest family here today, so yes, it's not easy.
It isn't.
Miriam, you've been admirably stoic. I appreciate your candor, and thank you for not judging me too harshly. Let's go find your sister.
All right. Now, I think with our recent little side conversation happening on the side, I want to go through that real quick. Kurt, Bernie, walking away.
Wait, he literally just told him, if you need someone to talk to him, I'm here. And then he started walking away. Was it. Kurt then just started
Yeah,
walking around the fairground. It's like, He didn't seem like he wanted to talk. Like,
I
It
know
wasn't really
that's 'cause-
an extended conversation or anything, but Bernie just, I mean, Kurt would have known Bernie well enough that he could tell when he just wants to be left alone for a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
Bernie needs to have a discussion with his god now.
Kurt's just walking around the fair, looking at the map, looking for that same dot that represented the Mimic King.
Okay. You keep wandering around to no avail. You do not find anything that represents the Mimic King that you previously saw. The only strange oddity about the location is now the Hall of Illusions looks appropriately sized on the inside with your map, as well as much easier to navigate, much simpler, as if actually designed for children to navigate. But nothing else around the campground seems off.
Okay. I just walking around, I guess. Just tired.
Well done. Then you all separate yourselves from the location and find a place for you all to camp for the night. Kent should be catching up with the entirety of the party sometime soon, within the coming days, but it's still at least one more evening out here. And I think we're going to call the session here, everybody. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.